Hot darn. If you ate that whole bowl, you would die instantly.
You'd be happy though.
You'd be pretty
smile
happy.
on your face.
That's pretty delicious. Welcome to Dinner Time Live, the recipes. Today we are making XO sauce smothered French fries topped with some Chinese barbecue pork. It is absolutely over the top, decadent, and pretty delicious. If you're looking to learn more about the recipes you see David Chang make every week on our live TV show, or you just want to steal some impressive recipes to pass off as your own, you're in the right place. My name is Chris. This is Andrew.
I'm Andrew.
We are making XO sauce smothered French fries. Sort of loosely inspired by carne asada fries, but we'll get to all that later. First of all, you got to get some of this. XO sauce is a probably like 40-year-old sauce from Hong Kong. It was invented in the 80s. It is a seafood-based sauce, and when I say sauce, it's kind of like like a relish, a salsa, a
pesto almost.
A pesto, a seafood pesto. And these are, I imagine I didn't buy these, but these are like cheap.
Yeah, these as far as dried scallops go.
But like dried scallops can get expensive.
I think they grade them by the size.
Yeah. I grew up around this smell. How would you describe this smell of like dried seafood?
It smells like Chinatown.
It smells like Chinatown. It smells like, you know what he sees, you know what Andrew thinks? It smells like Chris's house. I don't know, like, do you think people who don't like fishy would, like, this is what would turn them off?
No, because it's not, it's more of almost like a umami, like a deep, pungent.
It has like a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's the taste of scallop times 1,000, basically. The whole idea with XO sauce, it is a luxe, fancy sauce. And this stuff is normally really expensive. You can find the cheap stuff, or you can keep going up and up and up. So first we gotta soak it, because this is
Do we want to use
hard.
just hot tap water, or?
Well, you went through all that trouble to heat up that kettle, man.
The hot kettle? I think the hotter the water, the faster the hydration process will go.
However,
I could be totally wrong about that.
all that time that you save on the hydration process, you spend slowly pouring out of a gooseneck kettle.
Or heating up the water.
We're gonna use some of this liquid for our XO sauce. I mean, honestly, it is basically dried scallop tea. So this will soak for 10 minutes or something. We can probably do some other stuff in the meantime.
I think we can figure something.
Let's do it. Shallots, ginger, garlic. Do you want to go to Pound Town? Do you want me to be in Pound Town?
Well, we would have to switch.
Well, I mean, I was saying I'll peel the ginger if you want to go to Pound Town.
I'll pound if you want.
All right.
What do we got? About let's see, call it 8 cloves of garlic here.
You see this little meat log over here, this poop of meat.
It's not a poop of meat, it's a dried chorizo.
But XO sauce is named after the cognac designation XO. There's no cognac in this dish in XO sauce. The streets of Hong Kong in the 80s were like, what's code for like super luxe, fancy, or cool? Like, what would the Gen Z call this now? What do Gen Z people call things that are like fancy?
Fire.
Bougie, Gucci. But then they were just like, oh, XO cognac is the best, so let's just call this XO sauce because it's like extra fancy. And you don't want any more?
Well,
You don't want
the problem is everything's kind of chopped up already now. So.
Oh, it took too long to peel?
Yeah, that's why I was waiting for you. I knew this was gonna happen.
I knew this was gonna happen. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
That's what I was waiting.
All right, take it to Pound Town. You gotta pound these guys out too, right?
Why aren't we just using a mortar or a food processor or a blender for this?
We talked to Dave about this, and he likes to
chop these little too.
He likes to do the mortar and pestle because XO sauce is not supposed to be. It's not a sauce in this traditional sense of, I don't know, a ketchup or a barbecue sauce. It's got a lot of chunks and relish, and it's like very texture centric. You want threads of dried scallop and chunks of shrimp, and like you want the garlic and the ginger to have different, irregular textures and sort of get crunchy in the sauce. And so like that is why you're using a mortar and pestle, because you can sort of control that a little better than just blitzing everything into oblivion.
That would be more of an XO emulsion.
That'd be XO mayonnaise, which wouldn't be the end of the world. All right, so he's pounding. He's in Pound Town. I'm just gonna wait for you to finish pounding.
You gonna watch me while I pound?
I like to watch. He's gonna keep pounding away, and I'm just gonna watch. And you guys look away for a second, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. I won't be making any more references to Pound Town. I've had a conversation with HR. Everything's cool,
And that is in the hot zone.
and we are cool, but let's just leave it at that. What Andrew's doing now is recovering from a mistake I made, which was to hand him a bunch of half-heartedly chopped shallots, expecting him to pound them into a nice little mince.
And I'm in just as much of blame, Chris, because I'm the one who actually chucked the chunks of shallot into the mortar pestle.
So that whole conversation we had about why you want to use a mortar and pestle, why it's important, the texture is really a big deal. Well, we just didn't care to listen to ourselves at all. I think literally as I was explaining the reason why you use a mortar and pestle, we were just throwing a bunch of whole shallots in there to turn into mush. So do as we say, not as we do.
I think we can run a knife through this
Okay.
and get back to where we want to be.
So where we want to be is I'm going to start sauteing some of these aromatics in a bunch of grapeseed oil.
In this episode, this menu mashup episode, Dave did a little something different with these fries, right? Than we're doing today.
The XO fry idea came first, and then Dave wanted to sort of gild the lily and use the XO fries as the basis for what we affectionately call Lobster Mountain, which is like a huge mass of fried, 4-pound lobsters that he fried and stir-fried to create a facsimile of something you can find at a restaurant in Toronto called Fishman Lobster Clubhouse,
Nice job.
I think. But we're not making the lobster today because this part is more achievable at home, I think, more practical for you to do. And XO fries by themselves.
And I think the substitution that we've chose is
That's true. We got
just
our
as
own
good.
We got our own little. We're getting a little creative here. I'm gonna throw. So I think this is soaked for however long it's been since we started. Feel good, right? More or less.
Yeah, just so they soften up and you can kind of
Break them into.
they'll break apart into little pieces
Yeah.
like that, which is what we want.
Want to do them both or what?
Yeah, it's all going in the same place. And then
I'll do
We
that
have-
in here and
yeah.
do that in there. All right. So this is the chorizo that's standing in for Jinghua ham, and Andrew's gonna.
go back to mortar and pestling.
Yes. He will be staying very far from Pound Town
Nowhere near it.
and just mortar and pestling this. But I had never seen XO fries before. You'll see these sometimes, like we put out these videos on occasion of sort of like the practice sessions and what you can see as Dave is working on these recipes with Andrew, and I'm sort of hanging out advising and shooting the breeze with these guys. But like the original dish was gonna be, Dave was gonna make like a super close approximation of carne asada fries. But like carne asada fries has usually, cheese and sour cream and guacamole and pico de gallo or whatever on top of it. So the first iteration had these dudes got out the espuma gun, the
God.
ISI,
I forgot about that.
to make a guacamole stand-in, which was like cilantro, jalapeno,
Tofu based.
pumped with nitrous oxide and try to make like a little foam. And then,
Turns out that was a terrible idea.
and then Dave wanted to like drape, like weave yuba in between the fries to like effectively act as cheese. Also,
Turns out that was another bad idea.
turns out when you have like a pile of crispy French fries smothered in delicious, spicy, seafoody XO sauce, enough is enough. Like, that's plenty.
Sometimes it's better to remove things than add them.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, believe it or not, most times it's better.
So we made the same mistake we made last time, which is we probably could have just hacked these shrimp into pieces by hand. We're gonna make up for our mistake by plucking some out and chopping them in by hand. You're gonna look away.
So far, we're off to a great start.
Professional XO sauce, guys. But we're back, and we have achieved, although we have done it in a ass backwards way, different textures. Little chunks of shrimp that Andrew lovingly plucked out of there, and I ran over the
So
knife.
lovingly.
So frustratingly plucked out of there. And then scallop, which has been reduced to threads. Like this is what you want, little threads of scallop.
I think we could have definitely let those shrimp soak a little longer.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
That would have made things a little less difficult.
It is a sauce that is like a chili sauce. It is mostly oil. Like oil is the liquid that is sort of holding it all together.
Oil-based.
Oil is an oil-based sauce.
What kind of oil would you want to use for that? Olive oil?
But I don't want to use olive oil just because it brings its own little inherent flavors. You want an oil that's easily influenced by its friends, you know what I mean? I don't even like seafood, but like all my friends are seafood, so I kind of just like hang out with them, and now I'm kind of like a seafood guy. All right, why don't you season? Let's throw in some Shaoxing wine.
Get the Shaoxing, just a little, huh?
Yeah.
A little more?
Yeah, give me a little, okay, that's good, great. You want to throw a little oyster in there? Glip, glip, glip. Great.
All these, this is bringing a lot of sweetness to the party, huh?
And even more seafoody flavor. Mm-hmm. I don't know, some soy? You want to do some soy in there?
Yeah. I've been waiting for you to ask.
I think I need like a ton more oil. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, we're also going to add some of this chili oil we have here, too. More?
Yeah, that's good. And we're going to add chili oil. Big old glob of chili oil.
And you're also getting a little of that nice chorizo fat.
Yeah, a bunch of that stuff came out for sure. There's just something about the sideways squirt. Just makes me so happy.
Makes you giggle. It's not hard to make you giggle. It's one of the things that I've learned.
It comes out that way, man. I don't know what I can do. And we're pretty close now. Right?
Yeah, it's still looking a little dry, but let's let it cook a little longer.
Let's let it do its thing for a minute.
Yeah. Should we taste it? Oh, yeah, that's what we need.
A little, that's what we need. We were like, it's a little dry. If there was some kind of flavorful liquid we could bring to the party just to make it slightly moister.
More like a sauce, unless it's a paste.
There we go. There we go.
Now we're talking. The other thing is, like, we don't want this sauce too oily because we are going on top. Like a traditional XO would have a lot more oil in it, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to add that oily sauce on top of the French fries, you're going to end up with just grease, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't want that.
I want a little sugar.
A little more heat, too, maybe?
A little more heat.
I like heat.
Speaking of fries, I'm going to drop these fries in. So it occurs to me that maybe you guys have no idea what I'm talking about when we talk about
Carne asada.
fries. So in the town of San Diego,
San Diego.
they have done some incredible work in the field of French fry research. they like throw French fries into everything, including burritos. And then the carne asada fries that we're talking about is like nachos, fully loaded nachos, but with French fries. Mm-hmm. And one of the original ideas we wanted to do here was, instead of doing carne asada, to make it like, again, this is like a menu mashup fusion menu, was to do chashu fries, Chinese barbecue pork, and treat it just like carne asada. Dave got a little nervous about he was like, I'm not serving chashu with fucking cheese and guacamole and sour cream. So he dodged that bullet. But I think we're gonna do it today because we didn't give you the lobster,
but we're gonna give you the
chashu. So Andrew will hack that up like a real taquero.
Did we make this ourselves? No, we did not.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I mean chashu is actually not terribly difficult, but if you live within reach of a Chinese grocery store, Chinese barbecue shop, a 99 Ranch Market, whatever.
Leave it to the experts.
Leave it to the experts. I'm gonna finish this XO with more fried garlic that you can buy in these tubs from, again, while you're picking up your chashu, you might as well pick up some fried shallots and garlic. And that's gonna finish it off.
If I was a true taquero, I'd have the double meat cleaver thing going on right now. With the old cutting board with the...
Where it like scoops in.
Yeah. Where it's a big bowl.
I'm always just like, that's how much wood we've all eaten in the last couple of years. Let's finish this dish off, right? It's tingly salt.
Tangly. Nice product placement.
You want to get that tangle on there. All right, here's our XO sauce.
Ooh.
And scallions on top.
I think so. We could have made a whole lot of fries with that.
That's so much XO sauce. This will hold in the fridge, though. Look at this. This is a abomination slash incredible innovation. Holy cow, man.
Man, that looks great though.
That's so obscene. That's outrageous, man. There you have it. XO sauce, smothered, chashu, French fries. Now we're going to taste this thing.
Now we taste.
Make sure you get a French fry with lots of goodies.
Where did all the fries go?
Hot darn.
Oh man.
Dag nabbit. That'll kill you. If you ate that whole bowl, you would die instantly.
You'd be happy though.
You'd be pretty happy.
Smile on your face.
That's pretty delicious. That's pretty achievable. XO sauce.
Yeah.
I would say the hardest part about this is having French fries that are crispy at home. So that's from the recent episode with Gabrielle, Fluffy Iglesias, and Joe Coy. Watch the show on Netflix. Poke around this channel because you're gonna see more of us recreating all of your favorite recipes from the show. These recipes in general, is they're like impressive for you to make for your friends for a dinner party. They'll be impressed. And because it's Dave Chang sourced, they're all gonna have little hacks and tricks to make it easier to do that. So make this is super delicious. Make more stuff. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you all real soon.
See you guys.